Hi there. I'm here without Vale, at least for a couple of minutes. She wanted to go outside, but I am surrounded by Vale's stuff. And this was, I bought this because she kept on getting the collar that the vet gave her off. You know, those Elizabethan collars, plastic ones. Well, it wasn't really that she was getting them off. It was that she was just completely destroying them. So I thought, all right, well, I'll get this one off the internet. It's supposed to be like a comfy pillow collar that she's supposed to like, and it's supposed to be, they're not supposed to be able to get them off. I'll tell you what, she had it off within 5 minutes, which was, I found that incredibly funny, I have to admit. But I think it's just because she's so big, she's so strong. Like, for example, I had her on the leash. We were doing a little walk because she's not supposed to be running around like a lunatic, and so the vet said, make sure she's on the leash when she goes out. That took her about 5 seconds to do. I didn't even see her do it. She just kind of turned around, went, and then looked at me again. And the next thing I know, like the leash is just gnawed through. She's incredibly strong. Anyway, so I feel like now because she's outside, I have about 20 seconds freedom. And Stinky's here though. Stinky, come here, little guy. He's being shy. All right, maybe he'll come over in a minute. So I have an email from Mary. Mary says, I'm a 37-year-old Londoner and I've struggled with disordered eating for over 20 years. Thanks to your books, YouTubes, blogs, podcasts, I've cottoned on to the fact that restriction doesn't work and have been working hard at giving up exercise and embracing unrestricted eating. Good for you. The issue is people talk about what full lives they have post-anorexia. However, I've found the opposite. My world has become smaller. I feel so immensely self-conscious about the weight that I've gained that I hide myself away and I won't date, I won't meet up with friends, and I prefer to be alone. I love the mental freedom that has come with unrestricted eating. I was so tired of binging and starving. I know I can never go back there, but I feel that I'm not reaping the rewards in life. When I was skinny, I was dating and I had a bit of a social life, but now I spend most of my time alone. I would be so grateful for any advice about how I can stop hating the weight gain, stop isolating, and turn things around. Many thanks, Mary. So, Mary, I think it's important for you to understand that it's not recovery that's made your life feel smaller. It's your attitude and your perception of your own body that has made your life feel smaller. And anorexia does have the effect of making us desire to be in an underweight body. And it does have the effect of making us dislike our bodies when they are anything other than underweight. So we know that, right? But the thing what happens is you've got to remember that your brain is learning the whole time. So you get anorexia, you get an eating disorder. I say it like it's like you go into a shop and get one, but you know what I mean. You get an eating disorder, and then what happens is you have years of thinking thoughts about how much thinness is good, and that anything other than thinness would be a really bad thing. And unbeknowingly, what happens is you are in that time when you are taking actions that support the idea that thinness is good and anything other than thinness is undesirable, and you are allowing yourself to think thoughts that also support that idea. What you're doing is you're training your brain, and you're training your brain to hold a belief that being anything other than thin is unattractive, undesirable, and a bad thing. So here's an example. Every time you mentioned binging and starving, every time you starved yourself, that action of restriction, that action of not allowing yourself to eat, taught your brain that weight gain would be a bad thing. Because why else would you be not eating other than you don't want to gain weight? In the same way, if you, even things like, you notice the calories on something and then you choose the lower calorie option, which is so common in eating disorders, that action of choosing the lower calorie option taught your brain that to gain weight would be a really bad thing. Now, if you think about all of the times over the years that you have done something, a thought, an action that has informed your brain that gaining weight would be a really bad thing, it's no surprise that your brain thinks that gaining weight is a really bad thing. And our brains are highly trainable, and they are products of what we teach them. And so one of the rewiring aspects in recovery, I talk about this rewiring a lot in my book because it's so important, because recovery isn't just weight gain. Weight gain is crucial, but rewiring is also crucial. one of the important parts of rewiring is rewiring your own perception of your body and the way that you think about your body. You have to train your brain that gaining weight is not a bad thing. And you have to train your brain that there is nothing wrong with your body when you gain weight. So here's an example that's current to you right now. You said you're not going out on dates because you don't feel confident in your own body. The action of making that choice of, I'm not going to go out and date people because my body's disgusting, informs your brain that your body's disgusting. Do you see what I'm getting at here? We create our own reality. We create what our brains believe. Everything that our brains believe is learned. Like, take religion. Nobody came out of the womb believing in a certain God. It's taught. And those can become taught things, become very strong beliefs. That's how our brains work. And so your brain has this really strong belief that there's something wrong with your body and that your body, when it's not underweight, is disgusting. We have to train your brain that that's not true. And the way that you train your brain is in everything you think, everything you say, and everything that you do. So even if you don't believe right now, and I'm not expecting you to believe that your body's okay, you have to act as if you believe it's okay. You have to stop thoughts that are anything other than my body is wonderful and my body is okay. You have to act, like take the actions as if you were body confident. And when you start doing that, your brain starts to learn differently. Rewiring is hard because you're going against beliefs. That's really difficult. But if you understand that your brain is highly trainable and everything that your brain throws at you right now is because, knowingly or not, you have taught it that these things are true or not true. We have to teach our brains what we want our brains to think. And that is why rewiring is such a big deal. Because as you know, you've got the food freedom now, but now's the time for the mental, the body freedom. And that takes work. And by the way, it's not too late to start. In fact, I think that you are at a perfect place to start doing this. You can start rewiring at any time. So you've done really well in recovery to get to where you are. Like, weight gain's hard. You've done brilliantly to get there. Be proud of that. And now you've got to start tackling negative body thoughts. And you've got to do that by blocking the thoughts, changing your actions, acting as if you like your body. Tell your body that you like your body, because your brain's always listening. I think that we all find our own way to rewire our brains, but it comes out of necessity. And I think that maybe you've come to the point and you've come to the realization, this is not going to be any fun unless you can work out how to like your body. And so, like body confidence and body love and all that stuff that gets flied around on like Instagram is all really sweet. But actually many of us come to the realization that this is serious shit. That unless you can work out how to be friends with your body, your life is going to be boring, dismal, and depressing. We have to be friends with our bodies if we want any shot at being happy. So this is like making friends with your body. Body acceptance is serious shit, and it takes some serious rewiring, but I know that you can do it. Hope that helps.